Hello from nowhere. Nowhere is just a name. Alright, so I hope everything's going your way. Hello out there. Um, I want to first say the title of the video is Life with Paranoia, followed by the date, right? Um, I'm not a doctor in any way. I'm like, I'm just have a whole lot of faith. I just have a whole lot of faith, all right? And spiritual healing, all right? I'm not a doctor. I'm not. I don't do all of that. I heal through God, through spiritual means. Um, I, I, I'm. It's more like an exorcist, right? What is an exorcist? It's really someone who removes energy in some form from the body that is bound, binded, or stuck in some way. Some people like to amp themselves up, and I get creative too. It helps me get in the mood too. Isn't it great to be in the mood? And so they amp themselves up. We like to be like, we're slaying demons and killing demons, and we're gonna face our demons and things of that nature, right? But the truth is, it's all about energy. People think that they're magical, and they've just stumbled into accident how energy works and energy dynamics. And those people are superstitious in a lot of ways, right? Like that, it's funny too because they you don't have to have faith when you turn your light switch on that the light bulb gonna come on, right? You don't have to be superstitious for that, right? You just do it. But the truth is that works. That up there works the same way as energy dynamics of the spiritual variety work. You've got a source and the ground and a circuit between. And the ground returns back to where source originates from. Think of like in terms of an automotive battery, you have plus and minus, you have positive and negative. And alternating current is not like a car battery or direct current. The car battery has really direct current only goes one way. Now you have components on a car that can cycle two alternating or alternating directions and things, and you use diodes and a series of electrical wizardry and engineering to make alternating current, such as produced by an alternating, turn into direct current where you can use it to power the car and charge the battery. Excuse me. And so, what you got to do here is realize that, or you don't got to do anything. So, as I'm casting out the spirits and I'm slaying the devil and I'm becoming king of hell, and hell is inside of all of us, guys. So is heaven. And I'm not saying that Jesus taught us that. Take it up with him. He's there. If you talk to him, he'll talk back if you can hear. So, how much faith you got? When you talk to God, can you hear him back? If you can't, you got some work to do. Because you're blocked up. You can't hear, let alone listen, let alone ground. Listen to me. Grounding, very important. Very important. I'm going to give you an example. Anytime something as small as someone goes, ooga booga booga, and scares you, just a joke, your nervous system twitches for a second. When that happens, there's a memory saved in your root chakra. If you get enough of these or enough big old scares, like say a giant car accident or somebody threw you around or a group of people mugged you or whatever it may be that you can imagine that involved your needs not being met, i.e. in this way, security, stability, financial, food, shelter, whatever is tied to a need. Those are usually in your root, and a lot of it happens during childhood until the point you're an adult, and you can freely choose to walk away from a situation you don't like. The way we treat children in this world today, children are human beings. They have rights, inherent, inalienable, God-given rights. They have the right, just as you to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and everything enshrined in the Constitution, and the way we treat children. How disgusting. How disgusting. They're going to be responsible for ensuring that we have a safe place to live one day, guys. You might think you're going to live forever, and your body is going to support that. And you're going to live forever, but your body's not. And you want to suffer on the way out the door? Block yourself up. Weigh yourself down where God says you got to clean yourself up. Get back in another body. Maybe you'll be a tree for a few hundred years. Does it sound fun to you? Keep living in ignorance. Keep partying it up. Keep having a great time, and you'll be so clogged up. You'll be so spiritually constipated. God says you got to go get that shit out of you. Say, well, Jesus took all mine away. Well, how come you have an eating disorder then? How come you have some kind of trauma that weighs you down then? How come you can't ground yourself and you're having emotional outbursts? Well, Jesus just wasn't done yet. Jesus put his hands on people and in a split second they were healed. Why are you different? Where's your faith? Let me tell you something. It's not found in a pew. It's not found in a book. It's found in the heart. It's found through faith and through love and all the things that Jesus taught. Beyond someone who's standing in front of you and using you as a ground to broadcast something into you. Let me explain something. I am my own exorcist. I am led through the Spirit, and God empowers me to do all things. Well, I decided that I'll heal myself then. I'll heal thyself, not myself. Because me, my, mine, anything like that, when you're talking like that, listen to how you talk, because it's coming from somewhere in your chakras. When we talk in terms of me, my, mine, just a good indication you're at the bottom in the root, and you're stuck there if that's how you normally talk a lot. If you're having a lot of, I need more, I don't have enough, I need this and that. If only I had that, then I'd be happy. That's essentially your processor saying you need to sit down and meditate. You need to see what kind of thoughts, listen to what kind of thoughts, feel something on the body, you're smelling something that ain't around you, you all the things. Tasting it maybe as a memory, that means it needs your attention. You need to go in there and you resolve it by narrating it and say, yeah, I remember that day back then, and this and that and that and this and that and this. This is spiritual healing, by the way. It's led by the Spirit of God. It's through the Spirit of God that I am able to do this. I do not draw power from any man-made institution of this world. Everyone, including the modern world, is saying the same things in different ways because intellectual property and things of that vein, right? They all want to be ego, me, I come up with this idea, I came up with that idea. Ancient sages came up with it, they were given to, and it was given to them by the divine God, source, whatever words you want to try to label the infinite with. So, because it's just words, God don't hear what you're saying. He hears the vibration, what's inside of it, the heart, the love. Don't offer God hate. He'll give it back to you. And when you look at another person, you need to practice not seeing flesh and bone. You need to see what they are, exactly what you are, God. And we are extension of God. Where do you think souls come from? They just fart right out of the air, right? What a big load of crap people told other people to keep them down and oppress them. They didn't tell them the truth. And to this day, well-meaning people who have great potential decide they want to follow in the traditions. They decide they didn't want the truth. They decide, I'm not going to question it. This guy before me said so. It's wrong. It's wrong. And it's unfortunate that so many of us fall into the traps of our fathers and our mothers. And we don't learn from their mistakes, and we don't try to question, and we don't try to understand. So what I want to say is this. You go, I go inside, and as I'm cleaning it, as I'm cleaning everything, I'm in the root chakra. The ground has returned, so this is a good sign. This is a good sign. And so stability is returning, but I've got much work to do, and I can feel them, and it feels right up here whenever I'm experiencing something like frustration or anything from good ones too. I feel the chemical reaction in the brain, and I feel the feeling. I'm learning the feeling, so I can say, okay, I'm experiencing paranoia. Paranoia can be described as fear of the unknown. It's more of an anxiety, though. Something anxiety. You listen to the word vibrate. Anything with an X take you down to the root. It's in the root somewhere then. Anxiety, and it raises right back up. And so paranoia is fear of the is I say it's fear of the unknown. Now, I'm not a psychologist. I'm doing this how I understand how it's done. If you want medical treatment and professional help, go get it. I'm a prophet. So and before all that was, I am. I hope you don't look at this video and mistake it for a psychology video. If you want drugs, go get them from a psychologist. They'll give them to you. They'll give them to you. I imagine they will. I don't know what they'll do. But whatever you got to do to feel good in life and love yourself and love God by extension, do that. Whatever brings you closer to God, do it. Do that. Don't listen to nobody tell you how you and God have a relationship. Don't let nobody ever do that. You. Let nothing come between you and the Lord. Let nothing come between you and the Lord. And every day I'm getting more and more pieces of where paranoia comes from, and I'm feeling them as I resolve them. I feel the transmutation, the energy move upward and process, and the resistance in the brain and around the brain and wherever it may be in there. I haven't put an x-ray machine to it or plugged a multimeter in my ears and looked at the voltage reading. I wonder how that would work. I wonder if that could work. So anyways, paranoia, dealing with it, it's getting weaker and weaker as I resolve it. I've been at this for a week hardcore, and it feels like I have lived thousands of years. It feels like I have moved through things, and they're moving, and rip the Band-Aid off. That's my method. I'm not telling you what to do. If you haven't noticed, I'm a bit insane, but that's all right, because that's a little joke. Yeah. So just, I got work to do. And the work is great, as the great master said. As one of them said, the work is great, but the workers are few. And as I make progress, I get closer to where paranoia springs from, because I think I knocked out a big old stronghold of it, but I thought our little fortress along the way, I'm not sure. Let's see what happens when it comes back, then I can know what else to do. But that leads us to another trail, to another little fortress, or maybe even a stronghold, and keep on as blocks are cleared. There's more coming forth and more revealed as the energy moves. A lot of people on this earth today, they're very superstitious, right? Like, they stumbled into what they think of as magic, and if that's what you believe it is, I encourage you to believe whatever you want. This is America. This is the greatest spot on this planet as far as we know, because here you can believe whatever you want, you can say whatever you want, and you can be free to be whoever you want to be. And we have many, many, many institutions that have sprung up to bastardize that and to act as resistance to it. And it's unfortunate. And so what I've got to say is that A lot of people stumbled into magic and they think that that's a secret, like wink, wink, wink. That was a secret about 60, 70 years ago before people could go inside of a bookstore and pick up a book about spiritual things and an electrical book in the same time and realize that, oh, everything works like a circuit. Nikola Tesla was right. You want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy. He's right. He was right. And if you walk around with paranoia and everything, you're going to attract things like that. And what does paranoia feel like? It feels like this feeling. It's a feeling. And then you start to think someone's out in the woods looking for me. Someone's in my bathroom. Someone's doing this and that. And there's no one there. It's a delusion. And to see it is to be aware of it, and then when it happens, you feel, okay, this is just paranoia. I just need to ground. I just need to get a hint from it of what's triggering it, and I can keep going on and on and on, and maybe I'll get the one that where it began in childhood, and then, oh, yeah, I can forgive them, and everyone's ignorant sometimes. You do it a little bit different if you do it, but and you can release it, and it'll come back to the mind with new knowledge and knowing, and when it comes back again, you know how to resolve it. It's like hitting a switch, and prayer is powerful. Don't misread what I'm telling you, but I'm telling you the truth. That even Jesus came down off the mountain after meeting with Moses and Elijah, remember? And those were just egos, really. He was meeting with God. Beyond the ego, the programming is who you are. You're running program, and it seems so like I'm not running program. Anything you do, even that right there, is a program inside of me somewhere. Anything you do, just like I'm moving my hand. You think I'm thinking about that? No, then there's a program doing a little circuit, a little ego, part of the ego doing that. Now, is it harmless to do that? No, it probably uses a little bit of energy. It's fine. We're surrounded by it. The more receptive you become to it, the more you train spiritually, the more you pull in and the more you have at your disposal. But you got to be clean spiritually inside. It's ceremonial clean, right? That's where they washed. But you can think of it also spiritually clean. Whatever helps you to get closer to God, you do that. No matter what anyone tells you. No matter what I tell you, only you can know what gets you closer to God. And you listen to your words. Saying it, talking like me, mine, my, and thinking like that, you separate. No one's separate. Oh, my leg, sorry. I'm moving it off of here. Thank you for the curses and the blessings, Lord. No complaints. I'm completely satisfied. So like I said, paranoia from my experience, you can define it in words, but you really don't know until you experience it and feel it. And what you got to do is you got to ground. You got to work on it, and it gets weaker and weaker until it just don't appear, and you go through all these emotions. I had a lot. I got a good spectrum of every human emotion in full force and power. And I described it in terms of I was standing in hell and I became comfortable, and the longer I stood there, the more devils I threw and cast out, and the more emotions and feelings I learned, and the more stable I became. Just had a bout of paranoia. That's why it's on my mind. I want to talk about it while it's fresh, but it's passing. Coming on back down. No big deal. Lasted maybe 15 minutes. I didn't keep track. It's not about coping and surviving the emotional storms, the physical body pains. It's about overcoming them and mastering thyself and knowing the self. And I'm putting it in words, but that means that I'm still separate from it because I'm doing that to communicate with you and convey, though. We're kind of limited in language. You seen Beavis and Butthead before, right? You know how they just giggle when the other one would start giggling and they just say a word? That's kind of really honestly how God feels. He doesn't hear the words. He hears the vibrations. And there's intent and information and everything else coded inside those vibrations. I say coded because, once again, language, however you understand it, but they're stored in there. Transfer. Think of Wi-Fi, right? You got a cell phone, of course. It's all wireless internet. It's kind of like that. You can think of it as that too, but it's not that. It's just how it's similar in how it works. It's easier to understand that way. And so yeah, we're entering a new time. I'm not going to say the words new age because that's someone else's bag. It's technically, if I said something like that, I wouldn't be pushing ideas on you. I'd just be like, well, it's an age and it's a new one coming. It doesn't mean their ideas are what's going to dominate things. It doesn't mean in concepts like that. It just, there's a new age coming. And Jesus even said that in the Bible. I'll be with you until the end of this age. And I have lived through the death and being born again, and I'm in the resurrection period, and it's like a process. Where your ego dies, everything that makes that ego, it goes, and you're reborn. Things change. There's no marriage, there's no property, there's none of that in the resurrection. And people just, the rapture, I'm going to get on that soapbox. If you believe in it, I'm not going to tell you not to believe in it. I'm going to say, well, let's, just keep believing what you want to believe in. Maybe tomorrow you will wake up and your clothes will be laying on the ground. You'll be naked in the sky, shaking your hot dog at everybody up in the sky, But I don't believe that. I don't believe it means a rapture. Because this is why. Because not great people testify of this and have faith in this. And what I mean, they're not great witnesses. They're not great. They're not reliable sources of the information because they're miserable. They don't clean out what's inside of them. Jesus talked about them. If we got, this is a tradition that I understand. So excuse me if I don't use Shiva or Shakti or Buddha or anything else. If you do to convey the same thing, let us not trip over each other. You're my brother and you're my sister. You're doing the will of God. Because we're saying the truth and the same thing under the words. So let us not trip. Let us be friends and let us build bridges. And let us make the bridge where there has never been a bridge before. Because we are all made by the divine and God and the source and these words. It's like when people read the Bible and they're literally memorizing facts of the literalness of it. Moses tried that approach, guys. Jesus came down here. Who are we celebrating to this day by far? Jesus, right? Think of this. Moses was like the physical, the body of it. Jesus was like the spirit. You need both of them to come together, to be honest with you. But that spirit is what enables you to see through the practical and physical and concrete of it to the essence. Essence is where it's at. To what it actually means. And you need the physical too, because you need thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not do this. Thou shalt not do that. Thou shalt not murder. Whatever. Don't twist it. Jesus clarified it. Don't kill your neighbor. Wink. There you go. Don't murder your neighbor. Wink. There you go. Don't go to war on your neighbor. Love thy neighbor as thyself, and love thyself as God. And love God as you love thyself. And when you have an emotional reaction to something, the truth is that reaction is in you. The trigger can come from out of you, but the emotional reaction is in you. They're mirror everywhere. It's I call it a shifting screen, because when you're feeling things being triggered and stuff from all around you, what it triggers is in you. A memory, a trauma, a good time, whatever it may be. You feel it. And you solve it so it passes. Less resistance, less ego, more God. And that's a beat we can all get behind too, being with God, right? I love God. I want God to come down here and be with me. I love the Lord. And the divine source, whatnot, I love it. I lived in hate for a very long time. I lived in all kinds of things that were built into my ego to go by. I didn't even know if they were climbing in there and hitting buttons until just recently. At the beginning of this week, I really understood what the ego was, and I'm going through spiritual boot camp. I'm standing up And I'm just like envisioning whenever I tell the tale. I'm like a guy from Castlevania with the whip, and I'm slaying the armies of darkness. But really, it's about releasing the blocks and all that, and resolving them. The stories be for Hercules and all the other characters, but yeah. So when you stop being triggered essentially by what you see out there, it shifts. The shifting screen shifts from mirror to window, and you can see, and you're not being affected and everything. And every time you get that, even that little microscopic twinge like that, even the finger moves. Find out why. Find out why something needs your attention. The more you do it, the better you get at it. I've had memories of basically right. I haven't remembered this one, but I had memories of the time when I just it's amazing. And so liberate those spiritual powers, because right now they're running wild as cyclical powers. Liberate them. They're yours by birthright. For the body is the promised land. Enter therein. Claim it as yours. It's not some God-forsaken desert overseas that they fight over. They're not even fighting over it. The truth is they like to kill each other. They love it. It's like a sport to them. Somebody teach them football. I don't like football, but in this case, I'm going to say if that stops them from killing each other, put a damn pigskin in their hands. Teach them football for the love of God. You blow your neighbors up, you're blowing God up. Do you love God or not? Then learn how to make peace with your neighbors. And, you know. So, paranoia is fear of the unknown. It's an anxiety, really. Well, anxieties are down in your root. Anxiety takes you down, and then it lifts up what's there. Anxiety. It takes you down, raises it up, brings it up. If you're grounded and you're flowing up, it'll come in here where you can investigate. It's very quick. But you get better at catching and just see and just relax. Don't flinch. You'll lock it up. Lockdown is like the nervous system. It's locked down. It's not fun. There's no room for expansion. There's no room for contraction. Nothing goes in. Nothing goes out. Hence the term lockdown. And that means that whenever you are in lockdown, you lash out. All you've got is really strong energy that can make it through that to do something with. Everything, you get tired, you feel exhausted, because energy can't flow in. Old energy's trapped, new energy can't go in. Some people who live decades of their life have forgotten what it feels like to breathe deeply and relax and be grounded. And you got to get in there, and you got, as Rob Zombie says, to quote him, burn through the witches. And I can't remember what else he said. That I can't hear. I hear the vibrations. I can make up the lyric. Burn through the witches and drag through the ditches. Dragula. I don't know what he's singing. I like the vibrations to it though. More of like a soft rock guy, like Chicago and. As I lay me down, this I pray, that you will hold me dear. Yeah. Anyway, we're not here to sing. I might sing some songs soon. I wish I could twitch my nose because both eyes want to blink. It's ruining it. It would be really cool if I could make this beard move around without touching. Alright, so guys, just whatever you're going through, you can do it. Alright? I'm gonna tell you, I grew up a time where anime was on the TV, like on Cartoon Network, right? And Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, and those kind of shows, they really inspired me to grow. And Yu Yu Hakusho especially, the whole time I'm doing this, and I get tired, and I'm just like, I'm just like, I can keep going because I remember like, and I hear the songs. Like there's one in the Yu Yu Hakusho that like when the way the world was on the character is Yusuke, and you heard like this really deep song. It's very spiritual sounding. It's like, I can't. Bum 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 bum. And it was like he was pulling. It's like inner strength rising up in you that says, "I can go one more round. Give me one more to deal with." And just the imagery that was shot there. And let me show you something. This I can't get the camera to work right. Forgive me. Let me see if I can just hold it up in the shot here. This is awesome. All right, this is powerful imagery. The story is not exactly as I remember it in the Bible, but it's okay. Whatever gets you closer to God, gets you closer to God. Do that. Nothing else matters. God will take care of the rest. And yeah. And so yeah, you pull out that inner strength inside. God will make you powerful. Just follow him. And that means you gotta get clean in there. Because right now, you see all these people that, for example, you've heard of them at least, right? I'm going to say you've seen, you might not have seen it in person. It'd be unlikely you haven't. I've seen it plenty of times, but I go to a lot of restaurants, so forgive my ignorance. I don't mean to falsely testify, so to speak. But it's those people that snap over like a hamburger or something, and they got to yell and, give me the manager. Lockdown nervous system. They need to clean up the memory and get rid of it. Y'all calm it on down. I'm not doing this. Y'all go back to sleep if y'all gonna run in here wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. So, see, Rollo listens. All right, so dogs, right? And so they're learning those. That's a good point, though. I'm teaching them how to ground themselves and just get the energy out of them, and they calm down. And I think they're quick learners. I've got a lot of work to do, though, but yeah. And so, yeah. Whole time I gotta feel like I'm in Yu Yu Hakusho. Just keep training, go. And Rocky helped a lot too. I used to love that movie. It's just all these movies like that, inspirational, finding inner strength. So even whenever the world's down, pressing on you, even when the inside is pressing on you, stand and fight. Stand and withstand. And yeah, and every day it gets better. You're going through something that's hardcore. Listen to me. You see this? This happens because your hair says this is too hard and stressful and jumps off of your head. But I believe with faith, God is going to make a forest grow here, just like he did here. And so, if I can do it, you can. And those who come after the ego, those who come after me, they're going to do even greater than I have. Believe, and it will be so. Pray like you have it, and it'll be yours, both heaven and earth. Walk in love, live in love, live and let die, live and let pass. Wherever you go, the Lord God is with you, no matter where you go. Resistance is futile, but surrender allows us to flow, because surrender is fertile. And acceptance, it brings us to God, with God. It might be uncomfortable. Don't flinch from it. Do whatever you got to do, metaphysically, imaginative, to have what your feelings and emotions and your memories and thoughts come to you. They're flashing at you nonstop, trying to communicate with you because you're the presence. You've got to be the deciding factor. Figure out how to make the thing that says, this is okay. You can rest, all right? Thank you for bringing it to my attention. You've got to. A lot of people nowadays got that mouth. It's just running nonstop. I was one of them. and they don't really. It's not. It's doing that because it's trying to get you to hear what's coming out of it, whatever it may be, and listen to it and try to understand what it means, why it sounds like that. If you're hearing a lot of words like me, mine, my, mo, you're down there in your root, because that's where the ego stronghold really is. And the ego isn't like a character entity. It's just a result of those experiences, like a circuit board. And if you're feeling like I'm in love, anything goes, you're in your heart. You're on the horizon. That's where home should be built, where heaven and earth meet. And they liken the root chakra to hell. Now, things exist beyond the body. I don't know everything, but I know God doesn't have ego, so He's not up there twiddling his thumbs staring at you like you're an idiotic asshole. That's an ego. Whoever said that is not ceremonial clean. Whoever is doing that in front of a church, even if you mean well, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. If you're very creative, you're in your solar plexus, around your stomach. If you're very sexual, if you're feeling in the mood, if you're hearing Marvin Gaye in your head talking about let's get it on, woo, let's get it on. If you're doing those things, or that other one, he said, and when I get that feeling, I need sexual healing. Let's make love tonight. Come on. 'Cause you do it right. So if you're feeling that way, you're down there in your sacral. If you're feeling grounded and comfortable and protected, you have a great ground. But you need to feel the pulsing in your feet, because then you're really connected. And that's, because a lot of people are clogged up, so they got an idea. The root chakra connects us to the ground through like a ray of light, a cable, a connection, maybe a chain, whatever you can imagine can transfer energy, a conductor to there. And truth is, it's really supposed to be done through your feet, but you can ground through it. You can ground anything once you get control of your energy. And above the heart, you got your expression in your throat. I could give you the Indian names, but you don't need them. You just need to understand. They all coordinate to a color you get. Let me finish this part. You got your third eye. That's right there. So right here, and you got a few up here. You got many around your crown. They form that Star of David, Anahata symbol. And in the middle, you got your crown chakra. In the back of your head, you got your Bindu. Something about Fountain of Youth there. Not too sure on that one. But I feel them all, so I know they're there, and I know it says. Experiencing them, I perceive them. So there. I'm an open skeptic. That means I really want you to prove me right, because I want to get it on to believing action with you. We can believe it together. The fun we can have when we believe and use our imaginations and all of our faculties. The fun we can have with one another. And so, games we can play. No one played games with me as a child. It's time to play games. Just, oh, that's stuff in the past. Oh, that's something in the past. But, yeah. Testimony. You see me through all kinds of ways. I'm documenting this for people who come, and maybe something left behind resonates with them, and maybe they say, that guy did it, and he's a nutcase, so I can do it too. And okay, sure, all right. Yeah, I'm glad I could help you. Hope you walk in peace and love, and you feel great. But I hope that you grow and you expand even more than I have. Because so you do, so I do as well. We all connected beneath this skin and this bone. Don't let this flesh and blood throw your senses for a loop and lead you into confusion and blindness. Make no mistake. We are all one under these bodies. I love you as I love thyself, and I love thyself as I love God. And it says a much better ring than I love you unconditionally, or whatever. It's so beautiful, very poetic. Poetic. Sound like alpaca. It's poetic. So you got your root. You got red, and this is root up. You got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, some indigo, but some people really use the color purple there, but it's really indigo. Indigo can range from a deep blue to a deep purple. And then you got your crown chakra, that's your silver, to your white. People think of it's just white. Let's just do white. It makes it easier, but things can range in color. And the clothes you wear, they can influence your mood because, they got the frequency. We live in an energetic and spiritual world, guys. Some people call it magic. I like to use that word sometimes. I'm one of those some people. I'm listening to myself talk, and I'm saying, yeah, it's you. Yeah, you know that guy that uses the term magic and miracles around every corner? Yeah, a lot of people do that, don't they? Yeah, they're me. There's a difference between me and I. And there's a difference between my and thy. And there's a difference between, you can tell where you're at. Resistance to that, I have to work on that. That resistance is up here. And I need to get all that resistance out so I can flow and it doesn't stop. Because that means it's still passing. If I breathe and stop for a minute, it'll pass on out. But I don't want no more resistance. I said no, 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 no for long enough. It's time to say yes, 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 yes. Just because you pass things, they distill through your brain and you have the knowing of it. Right? It's like, So when God's talking to Adam and Eve in the garden, let me take it to my tradition for a minute, my source material. He says, "Don't eat that fruit over there, or you would die." And we know what happened. You'll be like I am. And I have to realize something, that maybe God suffered, and He was really saying, "I ate that myself. Please don't eat that. I don't want that to happen to you." But we portray it like, yeah, you got punished, and that's kind of written like that in the Bible. God got angry, but who's gotten angry before? And it wasn't really like it was just you were hurt because someone didn't listen, and you were looking out for their own need. You thought, well, they got a need and they're not recognizing it. That too is in you. That means the need's not being met inside of you. Only you can meet thy needs. And we kind of project that outward to other people and say, oh, God, this is how and we forget it's inside of us to fix first. Fix thyself, and you will fix thy neighbor. Fix thyself, and you will fix thy neighbor. And so, So, guys, be kind to children. Lead them, guide them. Don't brutalize them, though. And find out where your emotions are and heal before you have children, and learn from it. And don't just get naked and say, "Oh, I accidentally had a child." That's a curse that is inflicted upon that child. That child's not the curse. It's inflicted upon them, though, from that moment that accident happens. And as you're holding that baby, and you say, "I love this baby. I feel so much love," then think about that moment before just a little bit. Not enough to worry you to death and, oh God, what if that happened? That's not what I mean. Take that into consideration. And say, I'm going to be holding whatever results from me having sex, having those moments of fun and lustful passion and loveless sex, a new life could result from that. A baby could result from that. And when you're in that moment holding that baby, looking them there and saying so much joy, think about that moment and say, I really, really, really want to make sure that I do right by this baby that's going to come in this world. I can always have sex after it's time, And I'm not saying don't have sex and wait till everything's ideal and perfect, but just stable. Unfortunately, we're living in a world right now that's becoming harder and harder and harder physically to be stable. So before you bring a child into the world, we need to make some changes in this society, because people should be making children. They should be able to have children. This is a basic right on this earth. This is a basic natural thing to want to do, and we put price tags on everything. Like, enough is enough. You can't price people out of having children, and if you can't stand, and if you're the ruling class, you look at the people having children, and you think, Ooh, look at how they raise those children. Look at how those children act. I'm going to run in a gated community and get away with it. I don't want them anywhere near me. Something's wrong. Spiritually wrong. Because we're all the same at the base level. Nobody is born into this world. And nobody's born in this world. And they come in the world some energy transfers, right? Some genetics are a factor, but you get my point. Nobody comes in this world and they go, I'm angry. From the minute that they go, hell, you have to, from what I understand, I hope they've stopped this practice, but whatever. But doctors used to be slapping babies on the ass, right? This is, kickstart that baby, turn it on, because I know these parents ain't going to pay attention unless it's yelling and crying at them nonstop when it needs something. Turn that baby on, slap, and activate the baby, right? World we live in, right, where people just I feel like I have a thought that says this is where you would cry here, but just I have the knowing that there's something wrong with that. I don't have to I don't have to be triggered to say that's wrong. Something is wrong, and it's just going on and on and on and on, and getting distracted by politics and everything else on this earth. Fix your own home before you worry about fixing anywhere else. Because you can have the greatest politician of this century in office, or the greatest civil rights leader ever known, or the greatest financial guru ever born, or the greatest pastor, spiritual leader, whatever, in power, and it won't make a single damn if your home is not in order. And the home starts within you. This is your home beyond a room, beyond a physical object. And if it is not in order, nothing will be in order around you. And I come here not to condemn you. I come to beg and plead. Like, we've got to make some changes inside of ourselves. And we just do. And this is a great country still, because we can be here and we can express these ideas, and we generally don't have to worry about people showing up at your house, like in certain countries across the world where people can't say what's on their mind without threat of imprisonment or death, let alone be themselves. And this is a great place to live on this earth. I don't care, for all of its flaws, and very many. Freedom in the form that we still have it is still very great. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and right there enshrined with them should be the right to be yourself. But to be yourself, you got to know yourself. And that means you got to get the ego out of the way. You got to minimize. Delete it. If it's happening automatically, you got to understand why, and you'll feel it. It'll be that moment, that eureka. You'll know, and you can do the rest. You analyze, you process it, send it on out, and yeah, can't say it enough. I'm a spiritual healer, and a godly man. All right, so if you want professional help, go get a doctor involved. But if you come to me asking me about spiritual advice, energetic advice, I'm going to tell you what I do. And it works when I do it. But everyone's a little bit different. Maybe you got physical aches on your body. Everything goes down to memory. You can make that memory and that thought of that time pass through. Should heal. Faith heals. I believe in healing. I believe you can put your hands on somebody and heal somebody, but you got to be very grounded so the energy just flows out of them into you and down to the earth, essentially filtered and returned back to God. So yeah, I hope everything goes everyone's way. And hey, Dana, yeah, yours doesn't pulse. It's like a tingle. As more energy stores there, as you remove more blockages, energetic blockages, keep doing what you're doing. It's great, great work. So, as as uh, as you remove more and more blockages, it'll get stronger and stronger, and then you'll feel it pulse. Right now, it tingling, kind of feel like probably like that, like it's weak a little bit, but yours will be like I can feel mine on the root, like open, close, and you'll feel that in the different ones. Just keep working at it. Keep doing what you're doing to get stronger every day. As you, God's and God put Adam to sleep. God put the people to sleep, and then He updated and upgraded. So, so yeah. So keep at it. Good work. All right. I love everybody as I love thyself, and I love thyself as I love God. I hope everything goes you guys' way. Say, Lord, thank you for all the blessings and all the curses. We reject nothing from you, Lord. Thank you for everything that you're in, because you are surely in everything and everyone and anyone. And Lord, thank you for being with us, and thank you for everything that you do. Thank you with all the love and gratitude that we can offer to you, Lord, for you surely return it a millionfold. Thank you, Lord, with great love. Amen. I love you, Jesus. I love you, God. I love you, all spiritual teachers. I love you, Jesus, to Muhammad, to Buddha, to Krishna, to Shiva, to all the others that I can't mention and I've never heard of, but they're all egos, and it's God, and the source and the divine that I love. Amen. Have a good day, guys.